All right. Ready? And 3, 2. Andy, do you have a PlayStation? What are you doing right now?
I was playing video games waiting for you. I've been on the chat for
But
43 minutes.
So the whole time we've been talking, you've been playing video games?
No.
I'm hurt.
Depends on the video game.
If I catch you playing video games while we're recording the pod, Andy, you're going to be in trouble.
What are you going to do?
He's going to come over there and give you a big hug. It's going to be a long time till he gets there, but he's coming.
That's what she said. Anyway.
That's recorded. You should put that in now.
Just that's what you said, not the context of why you said it. Just.
Oh, man. All right. Anyway, I'm about to begin, Andy. You should probably at least make it seem like you're paying attention.
I'm paying attention.
You're literally looking attention. Like I can see you clearly have something in your hands, and you're just like.
I'm just doing the training on NCAA football. I'm listening.
What year? What year are you playing?
The newest one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can control the training and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Andrew? I can see your screen also on the TV in the background.
I'm also playing NCAA football 2026. I'm just better at I'm just better at communicating.
I mean, if I put my screen like this, then you won't even know.
Right, because clearly when you talking to somebody, you should be looking at them.
You're right there. I just have to look here at the camera. You're right there.
So you can't even tell.
Clearly.
The reflection of the TV that I'm not using has betrayed me. I was wondering how long I could get away with it.
The issue
I noticed both, late. But Andy's was more obvious.
Well, yeah, because I was like turning my head like this.
I mean, Andrew's also got a pretty substantial head turn, but yours was
like I said.
Plus, then you had the controller and the camera.
That's true. I had to like itch or whatever.
Maybe we should start recording the camera. That way, everybody else can feel the pain of having people not pay attention.
I'm paying attention. You were just late.
This is definitely going probably in the pre-recording audio. Hello, and welcome to 3 Nerds Deep. My name is Adam, and as always, I am joined by Andrew and Andy. Say hello, nerds. They're playing chicken again.
No, we're playing video games.
Hello, nerds.
All right.
Hello. What if it's not Adam? What if one time it's Andy who starts it out? And nobody knows.
I don't know if they could tell.
Honestly, I think they can. You can listen to the pod and you can tell who's talking. Why you guys are fake identical but have completely different voices is beyond me. It's probably from all the smoking Andy does.
Probably.
Yeah.
Andy's smoker, hard drugs.
Big old fat cigar. What the listeners can't see right now is that I've got a big old stogie in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Blowing smoke rings. Giving my wife an asthma attack.
Thank you for joining us today. Today we are going to be talking about movies, TV shows, video games that caused a franchise to where we use flop or just
or
kill the
delay
franchise.
Like put it in stasis.
Almost destroyed it or did destroy it.
Yes. So we all have a couple that we want to talk about. Mine is a little different. I have where I'm doing what killed a franchise for me personally, where I was like, I'm done. I can't do anymore. But first, is there any shout outs that we want to give out?
I don't know if I have one that I haven't already said in recent weeks or one I've said in the past. I did finally beat BioShock. Not BioShock. No, I beat that a long time ago. Shout out to BioShock. It's still a great game. I did finally beat the main story of Cyberpunk 2077. And that's pretty good. It was pretty good.
They just put that on Game Pass. I've been thinking about downloading it.
Don't play it with your kids.
I know.
Don't play it with your kids. But
that's probably why I haven't downloaded it yet.
The story is pretty cool. The gameplay is pretty fun. So yeah, that's the closest one. Besides that, it's all the same things. I'm still working on. Now I can dedicate full time to High on Life and Spider-Man 2, which I still haven't played through yet. But yeah, that's really all my shout outs. Yeah, that's all I've got.
I've got one. Shout out to all the Ravens fans whose team let them down this week.
Did they let them down, or did they just make a smarter long-term choice?
We'll see.
I don't know. There's some Ravens fans who bought Max Crosby jerseys, so it's
those are going to be worth something, though.
Maybe.
Yeah.
For
some memorabilia collector. Yeah.
Those who don't know, Ravens traded for Max Crosby and then pulled out of the trade. I'm pretty sure because they got cold feet and were like,
well, they said it was because of.
They said it was because of a failed physical. The problem is he's still injured and rehabbing from an injury, so of course he was going to fail a physical.
Well,
they were very upfront about it. Like
the thing is, they could get they instead got Trey Hendrickson,
who's older and had a worse injury last year.
I don't know.
He had a core muscle.
Is he older?
Surgery. Yes.
Well, they got him for cheaper, way cheaper.
Not that.
Yeah,
much
it was a lot cheaper. It was a lot cheaper, and they got to keep their draft picks. So I think
I get that.
Ravens kind of did that, and then they're like, "This may not have been a good idea."
I'm not saying it wasn't a smart decision. It was just kind of a.
Is this so? What kind of shout out is this? Is this like, "I'm sorry, Ravens," or "Haha, Ravens, you guys made a dumb decision," or?
It's a shout out to the Ravens fans who were excited about Max Crosby playing for their team.
to those guys.
All right.
R.I.P. them. Keep those jerseys. Keep them safe.
I saw a meme of a kid like looking at like a Ravens Max Crosby jersey and go, "Hey Dad, who was Crosby who played on the Ravens?" And then it just shows the dad like crying. Like
oh man. All right. I have I think one shout out. I kind of want to do two, but I think it might be too early for one. But my first shout out is for the 1984 movie, The Last Starfighter. Watched that recently, and man, is that a good movie.
What movie? Sorry.
The Last Starfighter.
Yeah, The Last Starfighter.
Yeah.
The one he sent us the Blu-ray of that he found that we watched.
Yes.
Well, that's a great movie.
It is still, I think even, yes, the graphics are dated, but I feel like they're still not that bad.
The graphics are
for a 1984 movie.
1984.
Yeah.
I love movies that hold up graphically.
Yeah, like it's not, like obviously by today's standard, it's not good. But when you think about it in 1984, that had to have been mind-blowing.
Yeah, probably.
And also kind of underrated is the movie music score.
Well, what's underrated about that movie is the practical effects of it.
That too.
Like the makeup and stuff that they used on all the alien type characters.
Right. And it makes me sad that there's not like a whole series or...
There should have been.
Right. I just
Wasn't
don't think
there rumors they were going to make another one?
I don't know,
fairly
but
recently.
that would have been cool. But part of me is wondering if, I don't know, people are like, oh, this is just a knockoff Star Wars or something. But
I mean,
It probably
I could-
was.
it
yeah,
kind
but
of
it's still
is,
good.
but still good.
Yeah, still good. I watched that. And then the other shout out I want to do, because I've only watched one episode, but I kind of got into it at a recommendation from someone, is The Expanse on
Oh, I've heard of that.
Amazon Prime. I don't know. I don't think they're still making it. It's but I watched the first episode and thought it was pretty good, but I haven't really gotten too much into it. But I will let you know as soon as I watch more episodes if it gets the Adam from Three Nerds Deep approval. But
All right, I lied.
is it-
I do
oh,
have. Oh, go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
I say
No,
I
go
have
ahead.
two more
I can do mine.
shout-outs.
Go ahead.
One is a bonus shout out because it's a recap from something we talked about that we were excited for in 2026, and we weren't sure if it had a release date. But Marvel's Wolverine has officially given a release date to September 15th of 2026. I am super excited for that. And a more recent shout out is that the UFL season starts in a couple of weeks,
Yes.
March 26th. So I'm pretty excited for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. And then last thing before we get into our topic is shameless plug. The Three Nerds Deep Gaming YouTube channel has officially started. It's got its first, as of time of recording, first 4 videos are up. It's mainly, right now, it's just me playing Crusader Kings 3. We are trying to bring back the Roman Empire. So follow us there. Eventually, we will all be playing video games there. I know that we want to try and play some Baldur's Gate 3 together on the channel whenever we can figure out how to do that. Because Andy has it but can't currently play it because he doesn't have a computer so that can play it. But
yes,
we are working on that. And then there's also some other games. My thought is maybe we find some of the free-to-play games or just fun. Just
some stuff
get on there and have some fun. So join us there. But as of right now, it'll mainly just be me until we can coordinate and get everybody to get on there and play. So
I forgot about a video game shout out that you sent in our group chat, the Aincrad video game.
Oh yeah.
That
would be fun.
Looks good. If you could play it with friends, that'd be awesome.
That would also, yeah, that'd be awesome.
I sent it to Zach, and he's like, hopefully it's not a VR game.
I don't think it is.
Do you get it though, Adam?
Yeah,
Do you get
I
the
get
joke? Are you sure?
Yeah, because the whole point is they're stuck in VR.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for explaining it. That makes it so much better.
Well, Andy wasn't convinced that I understood the joke, so
it was a good joke. It made me laugh.
Yeah, well, I was just going to move right past it. So
I know you were. Loser.
All right. So our topic for today is movies, TV shows. I guess I have a video game that came to mind that killed franchises. And since Andy is actually, well, Andy just said, I think even in his prompt said just movie/TV, but I just thought of a video game that killed a whole franchise. Video games.
But most of mine are movies.
Yeah, since Andy broached the topic, I'm assuming he has some really good answers. So, Andy, give us one of your movies that killed a franchise.
So, my first one is kind of, it's obvious. I had high hopes for this movie when it came out. It has one of my favorite actors in it. The lore of the is one that we all love, and that is Green Lantern.
Oh,
Green Lantern, starring Ryan Reynolds, was supposed to kick off a series of movies. I don't know if that was kind of their way of trying to
Was it
kick off the
originally supposed to
DC.
be EU? I thought it was. I thought it was
I don't know
part
if
of
it was
it.
supposed to be the original, but it definitely was. Like they canceled all plans for after that. Um, just a massively disappointing movie. Um,
I might have a little bit of a hot take, but I've only seen this movie twice, and that's when it first came out, and I remember liking the movie. Now I
I
haven't
think
watched it since, but like I remember people instantly hated this movie, and I was sitting there like, I'm confused. Like I'm not
yeah,
sure. Like I get
I
some of
know.
the lore and stuff behind it, and it did not match comic book lore things, but like I don't know. And then people were complaining about the CGI suit, but yeah. But anyway, go ahead. I'm just like I was like I don't
So,
remember not liking this movie.
the problem is the CGI was just bad. Like it wasn't even that the suit was CGI'd because in the last Avengers movie, I'm pretty sure Iron Man's suit
Yeah,
is
lots of Iron Man
mostly
suits.
CGI.
Yeah,
And it looks good. The problem is it was bad.
right.
Um the villain wasn't very good. Like Parallax is supposed to be a pretty
Oh,
big
that's where they
villain
really.
and they kind of screwed up
Right. Right, and that's why like
Parallax.
I get why people did not like that part.
That's the one that really got
But
me. Parallax. The lore with Parallax was just so stupid. I actually have a lot of
Um
problems with this movie. I'll go ahead, Andy.
like it had a lot of tonal confusion. Like
Mhm.
there was some really serious, s- uh comic sci-fi scenes and then just some awkward comedy stuff. Um it was just an inconsistent movie. Didn't highlight the Green Lantern Corps very well. Like I said, it's just bad. I guess there's a lot of studio interference when they were making the movie, which probably really hurt the movie. Um,
right.
it had a huge budget of um, and it did make money, but it barely made money. So it bombed in the box office. Essentially bombed. Like I said, it did make money, but it didn't make enough money for them to be like, oh, let's make another one. So,
So
but
my
Andrew said he's
issues with
got a
this
lot of
movie.
issues with it. So,
Yeah. My issues with this movie consist mostly of I don't even mind the CGI, if I'm being honest. It's not great, but I've definitely enjoyed movies with worse. Um, and especially when they explain it, it's like it's supposed to be made out of light. And they actually talk about that in the comic books about how like when they're using the Green Lantern suits, they specifically use just a base black with no shading on it because it's supposed to not have any because it's just made up of light. It's kind of that. So there's that into it, and we could nitpick that. But the things from more of a cinematic problem I have with it was uh, there was both spot on casting and miscasting a lot. I think Mark Strong as Sinestro is a great casting. I thought that was, and I think it was a great choice, and it was just unfortunately wasted. Um, I think Peter Skarsgård as Hector Hammond was a good choice, but then they totally messed up his lore, and it wasn't great. Um, but like I thought about it immediately when I found out he was cast, and I think Ryan Reynolds was actually a miscast for Hal Jordan. Ryan Reynolds has been known to be the fast talker, quick response. He's Deadpool, and then the fact that he was cast in such a different role as Hal Jordan was just not the right choice. There were so many other better actors out there to play that part. I actually thought at that point in time, ironically, a better person to play him would have been Nathan Fillion, but he goes on in Superman to play Guy Gardner, and he does a great job at playing Guy Gardner too.
Doesn't Nathan Fillion talk for Hal Jordan in a lot of animated stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, he does a lot.
But I remember that.
Trying to think if it's I don't know if it's the DC animated universe or I know there's a show that he talks for Hal Jordan.
We would have conversations about this with some of the guys I was hanging out with at the time about who would play Hal Jordan, and Nathan Fillion would be one that would come up, but Ryan Reynolds was never the right choice. It didn't fit, and it felt like it felt unbelievable because of his casting in that. But then the other thing that was talked about was Parallax. They did Parallax so dirty. He is, and the fact that they brought him in the very first movie like that, he is such a major big bad. Like, he is the original reason. He's the reason as to why, or the unknown reason as to why that it was retconned anyway when they made him, why the Green Lantern rings wouldn't work on yellow, things that were colored yellow. And then they created Parallax and cleaned that up. It's like, this is why, because Parallax has secretly been hiding in the Green Lantern Corps' power source for years. He's been trapped there and keeping it from work on yellow. And it's like, oh, he's that bad. He's like that he has to be held together by that, and that's what's causing it. And they were just like, he's this floating cloud thing from space. Like, they essentially took what Fantastic Four 2 did with Galactus, and they were like, let's just do that again with Parallax. It worked really well for them, which it didn't. It also didn't work well for Fantastic Four to have this big ominous thing and just make it into this cloud thing.
Right.
So,
yep.
I mean, if you guys still want to talk about Green Lantern, but just go. I didn't even think about this, but Fantastic Four 2,
Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, Rise of the Silver Surfer. That should be on this list.
I think there's a combination of them.
Right, because the first one was okay, not great.
Well, I think there were
Second
3
one
movies,
was bad.
And I think these ones almost killed it. 3 movies that almost killed superhero movies. And those are Fantastic Four: Rise of Silver Surfer. X-Men: The Last Stand. And Spider-Man 3. Those movies, they brought the rise, and then they almost destroyed it all in one fell swoop with all 3 of those movies. And I would say
Spider-Man 3 I definitely was thinking of when it came to killing franchises.
I just think that luckily they're so big and it was so early on that they could handle those mistakes as long as they could fix it.
Right. Well, and it didn't kill the franchise, but definitely killed that era of
there's supposed to be a Spider-Man 4.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be a Spider-Man 4. And then they rebooted it, and then you could almost say Amazing Spider-Man 2 almost killed it again.
See, I didn't mind Amazing Spider-Man 2 that much.
I didn't like what they did with Green Goblin, but I didn't hate it enough to not want to watch it. And I actually, dare I say, Spider-Man 3 is 2 different movies that if you supercut, one's a comedy and then one's actually okay.
I just think for Spider-Man 3 that they had too much in there. Too many villains, too many.
And that was out of Sam Raimi's control. Like they made him do that.
That was studio.
They force
Yeah,
pushed
dude.
Venom in, and he was like, "I don't want Venom in here." And they were like, "We need him in here to sell toys to kids,"
Right.
and so they forced it in. But if you take
Right.
out, like I said, you take out the Venom scenes, all of them, like when he's wearing the suit. If you take those out and you put it off to the side, it's a straight comedy. A whole thing. All the Venom fights, everything like that. That's a whole new comedy version of Spider-Man. But if you leave everything else in with the Sandman, and the Green Goblin stuff has funny moments like that aren't supposed to be funny as well.
I feel like yes, Spider-Man 3 could have been really good if it was just the Sandman and the Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
Goblin.
Harry's
Green
Lantern.
Goblin. Green Goblin.
That's what I meant. Sorry,
Green
we were talking about Green Goblin. Yeah, but if you just had those two in there, I feel like it could have been
It's a better.
I don't know
movie.
if it would have. Yeah, it would definitely be a better movie. That's the thing, though, is like Spider-Man 1 and 2 were so good.
Spider-Man 2 is great.
They're both great movies. Like, and then all of a sudden, it's like almost like was Spider-Man 3 kind of almost doomed to not be as good just because the first two were so good, but then they made a bad movie, so then they're like, ooh.
No, I don't know because there's like the Toy Story movies out there, right? They just keep being good, really good movies. And to the point where they probably should have left it alone, but I'm concerned because they're making Toy Story 5 to not. Toy Story 5 is the hopes of being the exact opposite of the movies we're talking about, where it's a movie not to bring back a whole franchise, but to save a whole studio. Because Pixar's on the ropes right now. Disney Pixar's on the ropes. But anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, while we're on superhero movies, I'm going to mention a movie that killed pretty much superhero movies for me for a long time. And it took until Superman, the new Superman, to bring me back. And that is Superman versus Batman.
Oh.
It didn't, obviously, it didn't kill the franchise. They made, 2 or 3 more movies?
I mean, it's where it
Justice. They made Justice League, and then I think both
The Flash,
the second Aquaman, and the Flash movie.
Yeah.
No, the first.
I don't think.
No, it was Superman versus Batman. Then it was Justice League. Then it was both Aquaman movies.
Which I don't mind the first
and they
Aquaman
made a
movie. I haven't
Flash
seen the
movie.
second one.
The first one's good.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. They had some that were better after that.
Yeah, I never watched any DC movie after Batman versus Superman.
You should watch Wonder Woman. The first one.
Well, I've seen the first one. The first one was out before Batman versus Superman.
Mm-mm. No, because they
The
introduced
second
Wonder Woman.
is not great.
They introduced Wonder Woman.
Well, I watched Wonder Woman before I watched Batman versus Superman because I didn't watch Batman versus Superman until years after it came out. Because as soon as I saw trailers, I'm like, this is not for me. But anyway, I watched Wonder Woman.
I wanted to like it.
Martha. Gotta save Martha.
Why did you say her name?
Dude,
Oh
so
my gosh,
stupid.
it's so bad.
Also, I'll be honest, I really enjoyed Man of Steel. I thought that was a really good movie. But I might get hate for this for some Snyder fanatics, but I do not like Superman in the Snyder verse. Like he is Superman. He is not supposed to be edgy. That's why I like the new Superman. He's Superman. He's not knocking on Henry Cavill. Like I said, I really enjoyed Man of Steel. But then after Man of Steel, they made him like dark and edgy almost. In all the movies. Not necessarily dark and edgy.
He wasn't as hopeful.
Well, the movies he was in was dark and edgy.
Yep.
Yeah, but then also they made him like there's a scene where a bomb goes off and he just sits there and lets the bomb go off and everybody dies.
No,
that's
he didn't let the bomb.
Superman versus Batman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In that movie,
It's
He's
not like he didn't
Superman.
try to save people.
Oh wait,
no,
no,
he sat there.
no, it's not.
No, he didn't. It went off.
No,
And then he sat there. Superman is so
he's
fast.
He's so
He
fast.
could have saved somebody.
He
and
could
he
have
sat
hurt
there
us.
and watched them all die.
I'm
But
not
that's
disagreeing. I'm just saying that like it went off, and he was just kind of like,
And the amount of want
"Oh crap!"
and the amount of destruction that Superman does is ridiculous. Like, I get why Batman was ticked off at Superman. And that's why the new Superman, everybody was like, why did he stop to save a squirrel? Because that's what Superman would do. He would get everything and everyone out of harm's way. The Snyderverse Superman just blows everything up. Who cares about collateral damage? Oh, I'd probably just killed 1,000 innocent people by getting slammed through this building and slamming this guy through this building.
But
That's
I'm gonna cry after I break the bad guy's neck.
Yes, which I get. He doesn't want to kill his own.
I know.
Like, I get why he cries, because when he kills him, he's like, I'm now alone. Completely.
Yeah.
I'm the only Krypton.
See, Batman versus Superman didn't kill my me wanting to watch DC movies. I think the Wonder Woman 1984 did.
Yeah.
That one
For
was
me,
really bad.
That one was rough. Because I watched the original Justice League, didn't really like it, but then I watched the Snyder cut of the Justice League.
Yeah.
And it was really good.
It was much better.
I couldn't even get to it. Like, I still haven't watched it.
The problem
much
is the
better,
Snyder cut's like
but-
4 hours long.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's
I mean,
But the thing is, to me, there's no point in watching it anymore, because
yeah, it doesn't matter.
all the movies are not good, not great, not good.
I guess if you're
And then
planning
now
on,
they're rebooting it. So
I guess if you're planning on like, if you want to watch it based off of how good it is as a movie versus like a continued universe, that's not going to happen. Yeah, I understand watching it, but you're right. If you're going to watch it, because like there's no point and there's no hope in hearing what else would have happened. Because it wasn't
even
that
when you
good.
hear what like his plan was, I'm still like, I'm still not excited. Like, I'm still, it's like so many movies were bad. I can't even. So like in my heart, the Snyderverse ended with Man of Steel. So that was.
See, I also like
Batman versus Superman. I'm just like, as soon as that came out, I'm like, I'm done. And I'm pretty sure there's Marvel movies afterwards, but it almost killed for me the superhero genre completely. Because I just was like, this is dumb. And then I'm trying to remember the timeline when that was. Because was that around when like Endgame and Infinity War was coming out?
No, it was much sooner.
It was a lot sooner.
Before.
It was
Okay.
even before. I'm pretty sure it was before the original, or it might have been right after Avengers, the first one.
Okay.
Because
Wow,
people
that
were
long
talking.
ago?
Yeah, people were talking
Yeah.
about how there was.
In my brain, my timeline's messed up.
Yeah.
But anyway,
people
that
were
killed the
talking about
DC,
how like,
like,
there was going to be
everything.
like how the MCU gave us Avengers, but we worked for it and we had this big payoff that allowed us to get away
Right.
with Avengers that the DCEU just like rushed into. We had 3 movies.
Yeah, because
and then
people were talking
had-
about everybody wanted to create their own cinematic universe.
Yeah.
I've
But
got a
no one
movie
could do
that
it.
killed a universe, but
Yeah, we had
Yeah.
Man of Steel, we had Batman versus Superman, and then we had Justice League. And we're like, you're putting this together in 3 movies? Like all
Right. Well, that wouldn't have been bad if they would have been good movies. Like, if Batman versus Superman was actually a really, really good movie, and then the Justice League ended up being a really good movie, then everybody went, okay, it was fast, but it worked.
and I
But
think
they were
you could
bad
also say
movies.
something about Suicide Squad. Because
Yeah, but that one wasn't a very good movie either.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like that
Oh yeah.
like that one came after I think it came after Justice League 2. And you're like, "Oh, okay, they're doing what Guardians of the Galaxy did and trying to make it interesting and fun." And then they teased us with Joker, and that was all of it. And then he was hardly in it, and then Jared Leto's Joker was weird when he was in it. And so it just
Yeah. I guess I never really, because like I said, my timeline's all messed up. But my wife and I actually went on one of our first dates to see Suicide Squad.
the first one.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was. She did
It's
not
just-
enjoy it at all.
it's just
I
boring.
didn't really enjoy it.
It's not fun.
Yeah,
Not a good time.
yeah.
There were aspects of it that I didn't mind.
The trailer was a better
Because
movie
of it,
than the
we
whole
got
movie.
John Cena as
No, we didn't.
Peacemaker.
No, he's
No?
not in the first Suicide Squad. He's in
No.
He's
the
not?
second one
Oh, that's the second one. Sorry.
Yeah.
or the reboot. If there is
Well,
a reboot.
as we will. Well, the thing is, it's a sequel.
Is it? That's
Kind
what I'm
of.
trying
Yeah,
to-
because they referenced the first one and
Yeah,
the second
okay.
one,
All right.
but that doesn't say Suicide Squad 2. It just maybe it's just kind of one of those like, yeah, we'll reference it, but
It's
not
because that's the
officially.
first James Gunn Suicide Squad.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
So anyway,
which that
Um,
movie almost ruined James Gunn universe because they did Rick Flag so dirty, and I was so mad.
have you
Didn't
watched
I
any of
ha-
the Peacemaker show?
Nope, because Peacemaker killed Rick Flag, and I'm still mad. Maybe I'll get over it eventually because I know it's a good show. I've heard lots of good things, but I'm still ticked that he killed Rick Flag. So I can't get myself to watch it.
Who knows?
Call me petty. Call me whatever.
Yeah.
Also, shameless plug, I get pretty petty in Crusader Kings 3, just so you guys know. I wipe out an entire spoiler, but I wipe out an entire bloodline because they had one of my grandchildren murdered or something.
That sounds like a grudge.
Wipe the entire house out. Just gone. So
Some Game of Thrones stuff.
I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his dog dead. Just burn it all to the ground.
His goldfish dead.
I want his lawn dead. Just,
Salt the ground.
All right, I have
yeah,
one.
anyway.
I have one that's a little bit away from the superhero universe.
Okay. Yeah,
And-
we can definitely go away from superhero movies. We've
It's
hated on
this,
them.
This is going to be maybe a little out there, but I think one that killed any chance of a sequel until recently. So this also comes with a shout out. Is The Mummy 3, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I think this is one of the earliest ones where it's like, oh, these movies aren't that bad. Like, this is pretty good. And then they came out, and as soon as they were doing recasting, it just wasn't good. None of
Yeah.
it was good. They
true.
went away from the Egyptian style mummies into is it Chinese? Yeah, into the Chinese
Right.
style. And
Could
then
have
they
been done very well. It
but
just
the
wasn't
problem
done
with they
very well.
recast the recast of Evie wasn't believable because they didn't have
Yeah.
the same chemistry, and it
Yeah.
so killed it that they tried to reboot it once with the Tom Cruise into what they called the Dark Universe, which was just a bunch of
That was the one I was going to bring up.
and then
Right.
that
Well,
one
that was
and
only
that one
one
affected
movie, but
it effectively
That one
killed the cinematic
Killed
universe.
The Dark Universe.
Like
Like,
they had
every one
such
movie.
big plans. It was like, nope, nobody's going to these. We're done.
And I don't know if you guys
Right.
saw that one.
no, I never
I
watched
didn't
it.
care to. I was like,
There
I don't.
was moments, like I think I watched that by myself, but there was a couple of moments in there that I was like, okay, I see what you're getting at, but then it was just not good. The rest,
Yeah.
like, because there's a scene, like I said, it's on my list. I was gonna bring it up, but there's a scene because Russell Crowe plays in it, and he plays Dr. Jekyll, and there's a scene where he like almost loses control and becomes Mr. Hyde,
That
which
yeah.
I thought was very interesting.
The
you
thing
know?
is, they had
Like,
such
and-
a stacked cast for that.
Well, I think the problem was they started with The Mummy, coming fresh off of the heels of the Brendan Fraser universes of Mummy, and I was confused. I was like, okay, this doesn't take place in this universe, but it seems just like a generic Tom Cruise movie that I'm not in for. Like I didn't
Right.
I didn't care about Tom Cruise. That was the problem for me, is I didn't care about Tom Cruise fighting a mummy. Because he was also at that time doing a bunch of different apocalyptic type of movies all at the same time.
Right.
That some of them are actually really good. I only recently went back and watched Edge of Oblivion. That's the one that was called. That was the one that was called Live, Die, Repeat for a real long time. Where
Edge of isn't that one?
Edge
That
of
one's not
Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow. You're right.
Yeah. Okay. That one is really good.
That's
actually
really
like
good. I didn't.
Yeah.
I went back and I watched it, but I had no interest in watching a lot of Tom Cruise movies at the time. And this
Right.
just happened to be one of those as well. And then I found out that it was supposed to kick off the Dark Universe, and they were like, "Well, you didn't like it, so we're not doing it anymore." Like a toddler. I would love to get a cinematic universe of the Dark Universe. Like that.
Yeah, and they have
intriguing.
their own Avengers. They have the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah,
Which
is a thing.
So
Which also killed the franchise from that one.
I hate the amount of hate that movie gets because I love that movie so
I do
much.
too.
It's so good.
I do too.
Anyway.
But the Mummy, the Tom Cruise Mummy movie from 2017. This is the best way I could describe it. It is Mission Impossible with supernatural elements.
And
that's which is not a good mix in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when we were watching it, yes, the original Mummy is like an action movie, but it wasn't just an action movie.
There was
horror, lore, there was horror, there was comedy.
That first one's terrifying
it was
at times.
Yeah. In the new one, the newest one, the Tom Cruise one, it's just Tom Cruise go do action stunts against a mummy, and a lot of it doesn't make sense.
I know I'm really disappointed because my TikTok feed for some reason has been a lot of clips from that movie, and I'm just always like not interested. Like I don't want to see Tom Cruise get knocked half a mile by a mummy. Like he'd be dead. Like uninterested.
Oh, and then there's like this supernatural. Like the thing is, the problem is they were trying to set up this dark universe, and everything I've read about it and watching the movie, they tried to shove so much like lore to set up this dark universe into one movie that it made the plot just like, what's this movie about? Is it about fighting a mummy, or is it about?
It was convoluted.
Yeah, because like the whole thing with the Dr. Jekyll thing with Russell Crowe is like, I think he's like the head of a secret society that battles evil. I was like, that's cool. I like stuff like that. But then it just kind of gets glossed over a little bit because they're fighting some mummy.
Right.
And like Tom Cruise, apparently his character can't die or something like that. Like it. Yeah. It was just.
That's weird. Is he Alan Quartermain?
I don't think so.
Okay, because I was going to say he's not supposed to be able to die.
I watched that movie in
I've seen clips where like Tom
and it is
Cruise
now
gets,
2026, so
right.
it's been 9 years since I watched
clips.
it. So
like I said, my feed keeps giving me clips of the movie, and I just see Tom Cruise getting bashed around and like thrown like a mile and a half.
I think at one point he like falls out of an airplane and like lives, and that's when he like finds out he can't die or something like that. It's weird. Like
yeah, but I guess shifting back, Andrew, you originally were talking about Mummy 3.
Oh yeah, and
we got sidetracked by probably an even worse movie. I would say
we just shifted into continuing the topic, but
right,
yeah.
I mean, I think it started there, and I don't think there's been a lot of interest, but it's only recently getting some steam again because, and this is where the shout out part is, because they're making another Mummy movie, and I wouldn't say Mummy 4. Actually, I would say Mummy 4 if it wasn't for the fact that the director has came out and said, no, we're just saying that's not canon and that movie never happened recently. So
the Dark Universe one?
Yeah.
No. They
Or
said
the
no,
Dragon
the
Emperor.
three.
yeah, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. They're
Oh.
like that didn't happen. That's non-canon now because they also got what's her name?
Rachel
Evie back?
Weisz or
Rachel
whatever.
Weisz, yeah, to play Evie again, and they're like, yeah, we're just gonna go with that, and they're bringing back
Yeah.
other original cast members too on top of it,
Yeah.
and
Dude,
it
Rachel
just
Weisz.
seems like it's gonna be a fun, back to form fun time. So
Rachel Weisz, childhood crush. Just saying. That movie, yeah, had
Was
a huge
it-
crush on her.
was
And
it
Andrew
weird?
shaking his head too, yeah, 100%.
Was
I
it
like
weird
how this
watching her?
podcast is just like Adam telling us who his childhood crushes are.
Hey, I'm
Was it-
just saying.
Was it weird watching her and Scarlett Johansson and Black Widow together? Did you have some conflictions?
Some
No.
It's like, oh, I don't know who I have a crush on more now.
Neither, because I am very happily married now.
I don't know who little Adam, as a little boy, would have had a crush on more in this movie.
So the thing about the Dragon Emperor thing also is like
Never mind, we're not going to get
almost.
into that.
I'll get us back on topic.
Thank
It
you.
almost seemed like they were trying
Thank
to
you.
set up O'Connell's son to like take over the franchise.
Oh, kind of. I think they just wanted. Oh, you mean in the third one? Yeah, and that was
Yeah,
a
in the
fail.
third one, they're like,
But I just feel like
You
his
know.
chemistry with Brendan Fraser was not very good.
no.
Okay, that also leads me to another movie I think killed the franchise that I'm only going to acknowledge this once because I think it's so bad that I don't even consider it. And that is, it's so bad that I have a hard time considering it and watching any other movies past that. And that is Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
That movie
literally-
doesn't exist.
Exactly. That's my point. That I'm only bringing it up and acknowledging it in the sense that it is the worst, and it killed any chance of me watching any Indiana Jones movie after that. I know there's another one out there. I even know there's a video game and I hear okay things about them. I have a hard time going back to them, knowing that there is a movie out there that doesn't exist that calls itself a part of the Indiana Jones universe, and anything after that is literally.
I think I saw that
ruined for me.
movie once and was like, I don't need to see this ever again.
I don't.
Yeah, same here. I feel like the thing is that movie had potential because I remember the first half of the movie actually being pretty good, and then the second half just being
And then it just got weird.
yeah, weird.
The problem
and bad
is, it takes all the lore that is brought up in the first three movies, and just completely.
Poo poos it.
Well, it takes it and it just says no. This couldn't have happened because of how they make the end result aliens and how the aliens are, and just there's no connection there at all. If anything, it's like, no, everything you did before, you were just crazy for doing.
Yeah.
Like all those.
You know what's
weird-
actually one of my favorite scenes from that movie, though? The opening scene with the nuclear bomb. And I know people hate on it so much because, like, there's no way he'd live. But the thing is, it's Indiana Jones, and I just like the humor of it. Like, of course, Indiana Jones lives from a nuclear bomb. Like, when he hides in the lead-lined
Refrigerator.
refrigerator. Like, people are like, oh, that's so stupid. Doesn't make any sense. I'm like, yeah, but it's funny, and, like, I actually thought it was, like, that's very Indiana Jones of him to somehow survive a nuclear bomb. But, yeah, I agree. The movie was not great. They made one after that, right?
There is one after it. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
never
the game
watched
or the
Golden
game.
Circle or something like. I don't know.
No, Golden
I don't know.
Circle is it's another movie that killed the franchise. And The Kingsman, which is that's another letdown. We're moving pretty quick, but that's another big letdown for me because I love the first Kingsman.
The second one wasn't that bad.
The second one is that bad. They amp up the raunchiness.
Yeah, that's true.
And then when you
It's
look
been
at
a
the
while since
bad
I've seen
guy,
it.
the bad guy literally she could have gotten away with it, except for her whole plan was stupid because there was an easier way to do it, and it's her plan. Her plan was based off the fact that she was going to tell the government what her plan is, and that they were just going to listen.
Yeah,
and then
she just told everybody. She told the whole world what her evil plan was, and just was like,
yeah,
yep,
and
this is my evil plan. And it's like, you probably shouldn't have told anybody.
Yeah,
like you should have just kept it quiet.
But they amped up too much of the ridiculousness, and then they amped up too much of the raunchiness. And
my issue is they bring in.
Did that kill the franchise?
I think it
they
did.
Brought back Colin Firth or whatever. Like,
yeah, they shouldn't have brought him. They should have let that go.
Look, he's alive.
That undermined that. They did make another one. It was a prequel called The King's Man.
Which I thought was really good.
I liked The King's Man, but I think it was too big. It was too little, too late.
Yeah,
it's not enough people cared. I didn't go and see it in theaters, but I did wait for it to come out. And be like, yeah, okay. And then it was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was too little, too late.
One of the things I'll mention, it's not a movie, it's a TV show. Season 8 of Game of Thrones derailed several spin-off shows that were planned.
Yeah.
We were supposed to get a Jon Snow TV show. We were supposed to get, I think there's something about, there was rumors that they were going to do an Arya TV show about what she does after.
Which, I'll be honest, that seems kind of lame.
Yeah, I wasn't excited for that one. But the Jon Snow, I was like, yeah, I'll watch a Jon Snow TV show. And because of season 8, all that stuff.
I mean, we're still getting spin-off shows, though. So I don't know if I'd
say
it killed it. Like, we still got House of the Dragon, which is
like I said, not necessarily killed it, but derailed it for a while.
Yeah, definitely derailed.
It took a while for all that stuff to start up
again.
We
had to heal. We had to heal. Yeah. That's the problem.
As a world, as a race, we had to heal from season 8.
As a nerd base, we had to recover.
Right. That's the thing, though. Season 8, it would have been not as bad if they just stretched it between a couple seasons. No, the ending I think is fine. I think the ending that they chose could have worked. They just made it too fast.
Maybe it was too fast.
They should have stretched it. They should have had a season 9. They should have a season 9. Slowly build up in season 8 to where she could hit that breaking point, and then in like season 9, early to mid season 9, have her hit that breaking point. Instead, she hit that breaking point for one episode, basically, maybe 2. I don't remember exactly. It's been a while since I watched it.
Jon Snow getting exiled.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Was dumb.
Especially because it was
why are the Unsullied determining what happens to Jon Snow?
Probably because they didn't want to have to fight another war because of Jon Snow. But anyway, they were sailing off. They could have said, "Yeah, we'll send him to the." And then they sail off, and they're like, "All right, come back, Jon. You're fine."
Exactly. Like it just and that's why I was kind of excited for the spinoff show because it's like, okay, what happens to Jon? Like I know he goes to the wall, which is dumb. I don't know why. I don't know why he went to the wall because
they were exiling him, and that's
like the wildlings were gone. Like you just
the wildlings went back up there. That's the whole. In season 8, Tormund and them go back north after.
That's true.
Because that's where their home is, even though it's a horrible place. But yeah, I was not excited for the announcement of that show because I'm like, what's he going to do up there?
Well, the
White Walkers are gone.
Rumor, because I think there's mentions. I don't know if it's in the books or in the show, but there's like mentions of other things in the north than just the White Walkers.
There's a lot of terrible things in the north.
Like there's like a even deeper north that apparently has like giant ice spiders type of stuff. So it's like I could see, maybe. And apparently, I didn't know this until I think I read. Adam had a book that talked about like the world of Game of Thrones. Apparently, there's dwarves in Game of Thrones. So
Really?
yeah, they live on like an island
I don't remember that. But I mean,
in like the
there's
deep
like a whole
southern sea or whatever. Like this.
yeah, there is literally a whole southern continent that George R. R. Martin has at least the beginnings of lore for. People keep trying to settle it and then they disappear. There's no trace of them. Nothing. They disappear. The buildings they built disappeared. They're all gone. So, because there's also the oily black stone that like certain things are made for in Westeros is all over that continent. So,
yeah.
But
But
anyway.
like I said, it just derailed a lot of the projects that was planned and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, Adam, do you have another one?
I can. So the video game one that I wanted to talk about is the Duke Nukem Forever game.
Oh, yeah.
So hated that they haven't made one since, because I think that one was like early 2000s.
That one was it was late 2000s. It was around 2009, and it was like it was one of those games that was like 10 years or 12 years in the making.
Right.
And it took forever to come out, and then eventually it did, and it was in the height. The problem is it came out in the height of the shooter genre on consoles. And consoles, it was prime Call of Duty and prime Battlefield games, where people were out just playing all of it, and it was shooters had become fine tuned, and Duke Nukem Forever came out, and it was not fine tuned, and it was not really that funny, and it was not really that creative.
It didn't age well.
And the graphics were not great for a game that had been on the shelf for 12 years. It was just...
Well, I just remember playing Duke Nukem Forever and then playing the opening of Saints Row 4, I think it was. And just being like, this is the same, but Saints Row did it way better.
Way better.
So... yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say on this because I'd never finished it. I remember playing a little bit of it and being like, but it definitely killed the Duke Nukem franchise for sure.
Well, I have a video game that I think technically killed it, but I think it died pre-game, and I've never actually played it to know, but I don't even remember what it's called, but the new Dragon Age game.
Dragon Age,
Veilguard.
Yeah, I heard that game killed the series, but I don't think it was actually that game. I think it was decisions made by BioWare and firing off people to get it done and stuff like that, and just poor decision making. So I would like to blame the game, but I don't think I can. I haven't played it yet, and I loved the first two. First
three?
I love the first one.
The second one was okay.
I loved the first one. I loved the third one. The second one was okay.
Yeah. That's the thing, is they did so good at writing the ship after the second one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I have played the thing is the fourth one, I'm pretty sure the hate is forced a little bit.
Oh, really?
Because the fourth one, granted, I only played a few hours of it. Like, didn't really get super into it because I got busy with other games, but like, and I played it way after it came out, so I don't know if it was buggy or whatever when it first came out, but like, I just thought it was like, it was again, I didn't get super into it, but I'm like, why do people hate this game?
Yeah, I've talked to
like, it reminds me of Dragon Age Inquisition and gameplay wise. Like, it didn't, like, I know some people were like, there was the hate for, what everybody was calling woke stuff. There's other things, but everybody was hating it. And I think it's partly because they were expecting more, probably, is a lot of the hate that I remember seeing.
We've been waiting on that game for
Not that
Quite a
long.
while.
That long. It
No,
came out.
Inquisition.
It came
Yeah,
out during the
Inquisition was on.
PS4. Inquisition
Yeah.
did, and then Veilguard.
Well, Inquisition was that 4?
Yeah,
If that was 4,
it
that
was
was very early on in
Yeah.
4.
absolutely. It was an early PlayStation 4 game. It might have also came out on the PlayStation 3. I know that they were doing that. Sony likes to do that at the time. They'll release a game.
Because I played
depending on what
Inquisition on
platform they're
Xbox
available.
Inquisition
360.
was 2015.
Okay, and then Veil.
Veilguard was 2024.
Yeah, so that would have been.
So,
9
so
years.
9 years. I guess it's
almost
true.
a decade.
Yeah, okay, but
waiting.
what's the
that
difference
long.
between Inquisition
hold
and
on.
Dragon Age 2?
Sorry, I got this wrong. Dragon Age Inquisition was 2014. The 2015 was a DLC or whatever. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but
So,
still,
a
that's
decade.
at the gap between the PS3 and the PS4 because it was
Yeah.
right around the same time. But yeah, because I know at one point in time it was called the Dreadwolf, and like Inquisition just ends so good, and you're just ready to pick up and play the next one, and you couldn't. So
Right. And I forget, there was, if I remember, I'm trying to remember, because again, this has been, it was really it came out in 2024. That does not sound right.
Veilguard?
Well,
Are you
it
sure that's
is,
not
right?
any kind of DLC or anything?
No,
Because
dude,
I feel
that's
like
how
it's been
recent
longer.
it.
Really?
Yeah, that's why it was so quick on like free to download type of games.
That's true. It was very quick. I remember people,
It did not
Yeah.
do well.
because that's how I played it.
Right.
Man, I was thinking it was earlier than that. But if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure they started building like an entirely different game. And then when they almost had that other game, like the Veilguard was almost a completely different game. And then they're like, no, we're not doing that. And
Yeah,
then
they fired a bunch of
switched it.
writers. They fired
Yeah.
a bunch of writers, and then that's why, like I said, it all happened before.
Which
the game
makes me
came
think,
out.
how bad was that other game?
I don't know.
that-
I don't think it was that
it might
bad.
not have been bad. It might
Right.
have been.
But what was in it that made it to the people
Right.
in charge so bad that they decided to cut everything when they were almost done? So, because if I remember, that's why it came out so late. Is they basically had the game, maybe not finished, but it was basically almost done, and then they're like, "No, we're doing something else."
Right.
So, because I think I'm trying to remember, because I like remember listening to a podcast talking about it, and like, was it supposed to be multiplayer or something? I don't remember. Anyway, but yeah, did that kill the franchise? Like, it's only been 2 years.
I'm pretty sure it's dead. Like because that's part of it is they were closing up shop.
Dragon Age in general, because an anime came out on Netflix.
That was that was before.
But that was before, right?
Was that
That
before?
was
Veilguard?
before. Oh yeah.
Which I never saw. Did
I
either
heard
you
good
watch it? Was
things.
it
I haven't watched it, but I hear good things.
I haven't watched it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
I've got an honorable mention. We don't need to go into it.
I mean, we can.
No, because it's getting late.
We've
It's
only
almost
been
10
recording for like less than an hour.
And how long did we have to wait on you to start recording, Adam?
It was 8:30 when I hopped on.
all right.
Thank you very much.
Anyway, I'm just saying I need to be done.
You guys were
by-
playing video games. That's why it took so long.
I need to be done. Preferably before 10 o'clock. Anyway, I could do a whole podcast on it, but Thor: Love and Thunder killed Marvel for me for a short time.
Oh
And I
yeah.
only recently started even remotely caring about Marvel again because of the newest Fantastic Four movie. But Thor: Love and Thunder
Yeah.
is the biggest pile of garbage ever.
Yeah. I guess I'm not sure if I would say it killed it, but like at that point I was in like MCU fatigue,
Right.
and
Me too.
it just happened to coincide when that movie came out, because like I didn't even want to go see that movie. And
See,
I did.
the
And then I
thing is,
don't think I've seen a Marvel movie besides the new Fantastic Four movie, which was good.
the thing is though, even though there was granted Marvel fatigue, you had Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness that came out before that movie, and now it's like that was a good movie.
Yeah.
Then
But
you
for
had
me, good movie, but
Spider-Man came out.
at the same time, I was like, I don't really want to go see this. I mean, I'm glad I did, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to see this. And then those ones were good, and then
But
everything
then
else.
for me, like I already had the fatigue, but then like Thor: Love and Thunder was just so bad that I was like,
Yeah.
I'm done. Like,
Yeah. See, I don't hate it. I don't hate it as much as you guys do, but it was not great.
It is the worst.
Yeah,
No, it's not the
we've
worst,
already
but
done our
it was
list.
not
It's
great.
it's not great. We've already done that
It
list.
is. If we did
Actually,
all
no,
the
we
Marvel
haven't done
movies,
that list.
it would be the worst of the Marvel movies.
I don't know about that.
I've seen Thor: Love and Thunder one time and will never watch it again.
It depends
I
a
refuse to
lot.
watch it again.
It depends a lot on what we start to consider all the Marvel movies after Secret Wars.
No,
Whatever happens
I'm
with
talking
that.
just movies. I haven't watched like any of the TV shows.
Oh no, but
Beside
I was talking just movies too. But technically, like, do the X-Men movies count as Marvel? I guess technically they would now after Multiverse of Madness, but the Fantastic Four movies don't technically count. But will they? How many of them?
MCU
Because you could
movies
say
that
that
were
one
made.
Fantastic Four movie, the other Fantastic
Which
Four
means what
movie-
Andrew is saying is we need to make a list before.
No, it'd have to be after Secret Wars, so
Honestly,
we know what is all
fan-
technically Marvel.
I think you're talking about Fan Four-tastic or whatever. That's what it's
Yeah,
referred to.
that's
because
awful. That in my
It's
opinion
awful, but I think
is
Thor:
the
Love and Thunder
worst
is
movie.
worse.
Nope. It is Fantastic is the worst movie in all of
The
anything
thing
that's
is,
labeled
for
Marvel.
Thor: Love and Thunder, you got to look at it from the perspective
don't
of
care.
Korg, whoever his
That's
name
not
is.
why I watched.
Okay,
Thor
wait a minute.
movies.
Blade
I
Trinity
understand.
might also be up there as one of the worst Marvel movies. Blade Trinity might live there too.
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes literally was phoning it in.
I would say that, in my opinion, I would put. I think I might have already done this, but Ant-Man 2 would be below Thor: Love and Thunder because I couldn't even get through Ant-Man 2. I stopped watching it. It was so dumb.
I don't dislike Ant-Man 2 that much. I think Thor: Love and Thunder is worse.
I
than
think
Ant-Man 2.
the hate for Thor: Love and Thunder is a little forced, but
No.
The CGI
like,
in that
it's
movie is so
the
bad.
the narrator of the entire movie is Korg.
And that's dumb.
Why would you? Maybe it was a choice. It was a choice that he
It
made.
was a dumb choice that they made that made the movie bad.
I disagree
But
with
anyway,
both of
Turned to
you.
Thor.
I
That's
will
why
give-
the dialogue the dialogue isn't the greatest because it's Korg literally telling people. So Thor said this, and then she said this, and this is how it went.
Adam, I'm not saying I understand that, but the problem is Chris Hemsworth. I'm pretty sure he said that he will not play Thor if it's unless it's a serious Thor movie.
Which makes sense because I do think it was because
It was a poor choice.
Even looking at from Korg's perspective, I could see why Chris would hate that because he had so much character development to get his character to how it was in Thor 3 or Thor Ragnarok and all that stuff.
Like him riding Stormbreaker, like he was riding a broomstick, was just
I don't
the whole
remember that
movie's
part.
dumb. It's right in the beginning. He's got his hair in a man bun, pulls Stormbreaker out of the ground, and he rides it like a broomstick.
I don't remember that.
It's dumb.
I can disagree with both of you. I don't think either one of those are the worst movies, but I don't think they're great either one. I think Ant-Man is a better movie than Thor: Love and Thunder, But I also don't think Thor: Love and Thunder is the worst movie.
Well, and I wasn't saying Ant-Man 2 is the worst movie. I'm just saying I think it was worse than Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, I disagree. I don't think that's true.
We have our own list that proves what our
No, we don't. We don't
least
have this
favorite.
list.
We don't, because Thor: Love and Thunder
We
isn't
have-
on there.
Because it wouldn't be at the bottom of my list. Anyway, it'd probably be whatever. I'm trying to think what movie made the bottom of my list.
we didn't do
Anyway,
the whole
it's been
thing.
so
We
long.
just did the Infinity Saga.
I'm talking right, but considering I haven't watched most of the movies after Infinity Saga, my list is not going to change that much.
No, the Infinity Saga is fine. It's
Like, I haven't watched the Ant-Man movie.
Yeah, I haven't watched Quantumania.
I haven't
did.
watched. Granted, I
That
heard
one-
the
that one's worse than
Captain
the
America
second one.
movie was pretty good.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was.
But,
it
yeah,
was
like
okay.
Yeah.
I think
I didn't watch. Granted, I heard it was also good, but I haven't watched it. The Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet.
that one was okay as well. I like that one a little bit more. That one had some
Yeah.
more meat to it.
But I'm
Um,
trying to think. I feel like I had one for the list for that, but I can't remember it. I can't find my list that I made earlier.
I've got another honorable mention, or dishonorable mention, I guess. Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Oh, that-
Derailed modern
absolutely.
Batman films for
That definitely.
a while.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure that one got the Superman movie that Tim Burton was going to make
It
canceled
did.
too.
It got it.
It did. 100% did.
Absolutely. It was.
Oh,
gone.
I remember. I had Superman 4: The Quest for Peace.
That's also terrible.
Superman Returns.
Killed the Superman movie.
Superman
Superman Returns is a good movie.
I'm not saying it's
It's
a
a good
bad
movie.
movie. I'm just saying that
It
that
has
people
its
didn't like
flaws.
it, and it killed.
Superman Return has its flaws, but I don't think it deserves all the hate it's got.
Such a good movie. Brandon Routh did such a good job playing Superman.
I'm not saying he didn't do a good job. I'm just
There's a
saying
reason why they brought him back in the Arrowverse.
Independence Day Resurgence killed
that just
the
shouldn't have happened.
planned
though.
third film.
No, it shouldn't have happened. We
I
should
haven't
do
even-
an episode just on sequels that just shouldn't have happened.
Okay,
Like-
let's do that.
Or movies that deserve a sequel that never got one. That could also
The live action Avatar: The Last Airbender movie
Oh,
Okay.
killed
it
all
killed-
planned sequels.
it killed the plan. It killed the universe. It sure did. Except for it's
Yeah,
still
that's-
living. Oh, Miles!
Sorta.
Another bonus shout out. The Avatar: Legend of Aang is coming out on Paramount Plus on October 9th of this year. It's finally happening.
nice.
So it's got a premiere date and everything.
We already talked about Fantastic Four a little bit.
Yep.
That one
Yep.
killed the sequels, the planned sequels.
Yep.
It's hard for me to say with Batman and Robin that it killed the modern Batman franchise. It was only 8 years later that Batman Begins came out.
But it killed the Burtonverse.
Killed the Burtonverse, that's true.
Well, as it should have. Burtonverse.
Right. Could you imagine
I
a Tim
don't really
Burton
like-
Superman movie?
I don't
Like-
really consider. I know it technically exists in the same universe, but I almost think Batman Forever is a standalone movie. Like,
Yeah.
like think about it. There's not very many references to anything that happened in the previous two movies at all. They have mostly completely different actors playing everybody. It's almost
Except for Alfred.
which is perfect. Like, let that be the only one. But it doesn't have the same tone. There's no real connected history.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm wrong. It's been a minute since I've seen Batman Forever, but no, they don't. I say they don't allude to. No, because that's Harvey Dent. They wouldn't have done that. So they don't allude to Harvey Dent killing Batman's parents in that one, right? I don't.
You mean
think-
Joker?
No, Harvey, they don't, is what I'm saying. They don't. I thought there was one where
because
they kept changing who killed Batman's parents.
I don't know,
I
but
don't
know if
they allude to it being Joker,
right, and the first
in
Batman,
the first one,
which is a common theory that people have thought of before.
right?
But I mean, that's
Yeah.
all. But anyway, I think it's its own movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would necessarily say it has to live in the Tim Burton verse.
Well, yeah, but
another.
It does, because Batman and Robin have the same Robin
Batman and Robin do,
and the same Alfred,
right?
and
I'm saying Batman Forever.
yeah, but Batman Forever, the Robin in Batman
Is
Forever is the
connected to
same
Batman and
Robin
Robin.
as in
But
Batman
I don't
and Robin.
think Batman
It's also the same
Forever.
Alfred.
I don't think Batman Forever
Like-
needs to be tied in with Batman Returns. Like, there's
Well,
two.
in my opinion, Batman Returns is the outlier. Batman Returns was so much darker and so much different than.
I don't know.
the
I
other
think they're
ones.
both. I think the first one and the second one, Batman and Batman Returns, are still so dark. They just amped it up a lot more in the second one. But
Like, they dialed it to.
and then they
like
they
20.
overcorrected. And they overcorrected in Batman Forever. I still like Batman Forever, but it's a lot more kid friendly. A lot more kid
Right.
friendly than
Oh,
either
for sure.
Batman or Batman Returns. And I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, I think I think I am technically wrong, but I think you could almost say it lives in its own universe. You could watch that. You
Right.
can watch Batman Forever without watching Batman or Batman Returns, and the movie, as long as you know basic lore of Batman, still makes sense.
Yeah, I
Right.
agree.
I will say,
Um,
I'm glad that the Tim Burton verse went away.
Mm.
Partly because, could you imagine Nicolas Cage as Superman?
I actually would love to see that, like, better than The Flash. I would love to see it. I don't think it'd be as what it should be, but
that would have been.
I've got
that would have
a
been
last movie that killed a franchise.
I just want to know who you would have
Yeah.
cast Johnny Depp to be.
trip. Yeah, it's true.
Lex Luthor.
Him,
Well,
I
wasn't
think
the talk? Didn't it?
Scarecrow?
Michael Jackson also want to be Spider-Man, but that's a
Yeah.
different.
That's a different thing.
Yeah, I just
Anyway,
remember that.
all right, wrap it up. Wrap it up there, Andy.
Terminator Dark Fate. It was
No.
intended to restart Terminator
I
by
disagree.
bringing back Arnold Schwarzenegger and Linda Hamilton, and plans for a trilogy were scrapped afterwards.
No, I disagree. I don't. I disagree in the sense that I think it was Genesis. And
I haven't seen either of them, but
Genesis was awful. Genesis was terrible. It's not great.
wasn't that like that was the one was Christian Bale in that one?
No, that was beforehand. That one was actually pretty good.
Salvation.
Salvation was okay. It's just nobody liked in the middle of
I
the
don't
war.
know if I
think
saw anything after
It's hard
Salvation.
to beat Terminator 2.
Terminator 3 actually looks pretty good in comparison to all the movies that followed it.
Yeah, Terminator 3 I really enjoy, but
Yeah,
Terminator 2
Terminator 3, a lot of people didn't like, but then when you compare it to the ones that came after, like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe we were too hard.
We were
Maybe
too
we were
hard
too
on
hard
the
on
Star Wars
Terminator.
movies.
Hey,
It's like the Star Wars movies.
But-
Everybody started appreciating the prequels after the sequel
That
trilogy.
being, but that being said,
I do have another
think-
one that I just thought of.
That being said, I think Terminator is an unkillable franchise. As long as Arnold Schwarzenegger is alive, Terminator will also still be alive, and
Right.
that's legitimate.
I'll be back.
Like it's gonna. He holds the glue to all those movies, very similarly to Vin Diesel holding the glue to the Fast and the Furious movies, which I will not put on this list of a movie that's killed a franchise because I will watch every Fast and the Furious movie that comes out until Vin Diesel says it's done, as will the rest of the country. If it's any other movie and Vin Diesel's backing it, I'm probably not going to watch it. If it's a Fast and the Furious movie and he's in it, I'm showing up.
I kind
Because
of
of
want
family, right?
Because of family. That's
I
right.
kind of wish there was a Last Witch Hunter too.
Right,
A
you
sequel
said
to
that
that.
before.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that movie.
I will say
Anyway.
we don't have to talk about it too much, mainly because I don't necessarily. It kind of didn't kill it, but I will say because Andy had mentioned something that derailed
Oh, yeah.
movie franchise is the Solo movie. Even though we've talked about, I actually really enjoy the Solo movie, but like that derailed all
Spin-offs.
movies forever. They're bringing. We got Mandalorian Grogu. There's plans for other movies, but like literally, they're like, oh yeah, we're going to release a movie every year for like the next decade, and then Solo bombed like crazy, and then they're like, nope, we're going to go to TV shows.
Which was a good choice. Let's be real.
Yes, I am a firm believer that it's a good choice, and that's why I'm nervous that Mandalorian Grogu is going to bomb, because I don't know. We'll see how.
I don't
we'll
know.
See how
I think it's been so fleshed out that we can do a 2-hour standalone movie.
To wrap up everything, though, it's supposed to wrap up their story. There's a lot to try and wrap up in 2 hours.
It is not okay. First off, they've
literally said it's wrapping up the Mandalorian Grogu story.
They also said that the Skywalker series was wrapped up with Rey, but is it really? Like, no.
I mean, they have another movie where she's going to be in it, but I don't think she's the main focal of the show.
And that's my
Are they still making
they're
that
going
movie?
to. What are they going to wrap up? They're going to wrap up.
We'll find out if Mandalorian and Grogu bomb. We'll find out if it's going to come out.
What are they wrapping up? They're wrapping up the Mandalorian and the Grogu together. That we're not wrapping up the end of the characters. We're not wrapping up whatever happens to Grogu. That's not done. I guarantee you they're not going to do that in 2 hours. The only way they would do that is to kill off one of them. And my bet's the Mandalorian.
They might.
They might kill the Mandalorian, but I don't think they're going to have. I don't think they have.
Is he a kid though? He's actually like 70 years old.
He's 90. He's over 90. He's older than him.
No, he's 50. He's 50.
I thought they mentioned.
That's what they say in the beginning of the first season. He says he's 50. And then he finds him and he's like, how's this guy 50?
I'm looking this up.
I don't remember. Either way, in human years, he's basically an old man. Yes, we're saying 50 means you're old.
No. I have to say it. I am wrong. He's right. Grogu is approximately 50 years old. The beginning. As of season 3, he's roughly 53. Which years in Star Wars I always think is stupid. Age would affect you differently when you're traveling through space, as opposed to being affected by gravity. So,
all right, let's not nitpick.
I'm just saying
they travel through light speed.
I'm just saying. Anyway,
the thing is, you really get in the nitty gritty. There's not affected. It's space magic. It's sci-fi magic. Just like in Star Trek, they have the warp bubble, which keeps them from massively aging.
I do have a question.
All right.
Which really kind of just negates any type of previous argument about age anyway. Has anybody died of natural causes in the Star Wars universe that we are aware of?
Yoda. He literally just dies and becomes a Force ghost. Natural causes.
So the question is, does he die? That's the real question. Or does he just kind of... Okay, so
he
then
maybe... gives up. Like, does he die or does he just...
He got asked too many questions and he's like, all right, I'm done.
I'm out.
I love that meme. The meme where it's like, never understood Yoda piecing out after too many questions until I had kids. But anyway, like he died technically natural causes, as a Jedi probably can die of natural causes.
I mean, technically,
I don't know if we've seen anybody else.
If you fall into the Sarlacc pit, you died of natural causes because the Sarlacc is technically
not if
nature.
You don't.
Not of nature.
That's like saying you got mauled by a lion is dying of natural causes. No,
I mean maybe we should just reclassifying how people die as die of natural causes.
If I ever get mauled by a mountain lion or something, I want you guys
in
to
your
tell
obituary.
People I died. Yeah, I want you to tell people I died of natural causes.
Oh my god!
Oh, what do you mean? Like, so he died in his sleep? No, he got mauled by a cougar. Like,
I was out in the woods, so
he died while being out in nature by nature.
Naturally.
It's everywhere.
so
Get it
if you
off.
fell out of a tree and died, would you die of natural causes?
Yeah, because
you
gravity's
died
natural.
from gravity.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could even say.
Unless,
Oh,
of
I was
course-
gonna say something about like natural selection too, because if you're climbing in a tree and you slip and fall and die, natural
like-
selection means you're dead.
Learn
For
to
me-
climb better.
Unnatural
Right?
death.
You're
Or
too
whatever.
clumsy to live. Fall out of a tree.
Unnatural death is when like a human being causes your death. So
But technically, humans are part of nature. Like all death is just natural. Let's just.
I guess it's just a natural part of life.
I'm really trying to think if there's other Star Wars characters in
No,
movies that.
because they wouldn't show them because that'd be boring.
That's true. That would be boring.
Only Yoda.
Like in the books, lots of people do. Or they just never mention when they die.
Because Padme just dies because she's sad.
All right.
Is that natural causes?
Sadness is natural, so she also technically
Yeah,
died
there we
during
go.
childbirth.
The
No, the robot specifically says she dies because she gave up the will to live. Like
First
we can't
off-
save her because she doesn't want to live.
First off, that's a droid. Thank you very much. Second off,
yeah, what's a droid know besides
What's a
having all the
droid
medical
know?
knowledge of the Star Wars universe?
apparently something they don't know is dying through childbirth. She's
Yeah,
not
the
even-
robot, the droid just doesn't know what that is, so it's just like, yeah, we
We're
don't know what's
trusting
happening.
something- We're trusting something.
She could be
and
bleeding out
understanding-
internally, but, like
We're
she just doesn't
trusting-
want to live.
We're trusting
She's just giving
something-
up. Like, what's up?
Yeah,
Like,
we're
we
trusting
don't-
something that came into the world via being built. This doesn't know. You know what? You know what I think actually happened? That droid
Natural
murdered Padme.
causes.
No, unnatural causes. The droid murdered Padme. Did you see the thing that it was
So-
used to scoop out that baby? It just goes whoop, bam, dead. I don't know what
I don't remember
The
seeing
droid-
anything scooping out a baby.
you did. Look at
Andrew, you probably need to be careful what you Google on the internet.
it. No, you can see it in the movie. You can see it in the movie. It's got this like solid 8-shaped thing as a hand, and it goes in for the baby. And I'm like,
So we have a new fan theory.
the droid is the
Palpatine-
murderer.
Palpatine programmed the droid to make sure Padme didn't live.
Yeah,
No,
I think
what it
And
it's
then
was-
it's just
legit.
like, she just gave up the will to live. I don't
She's
know
just-
what to do.
and everyone just believes it because it's a droid. It's the perfect setup.
somehow.
It's the perfect setup.
Somehow,
what to tell
Padme
you.
died.
Somehow Padme died. Somehow. I love this theory, and I think I'm right. This is canon in my
I
brain
just
now.
like-
Is that droid? That droid works for Palpatine, and it's like, or worse, it doesn't. It doesn't work for Palpatine. It's just some weird side character that
It's
It's not a
actually
robot
screwed up.
doctor.
That
It's
just
just like a.
It's a comedy. Can we have a comedy side quest of the robot that helped give birth to Luke and Leia?
It was actually like a forklift robot. So like it just,
It's just wrong place, wrong time because there was a fight that was happening on the planet. He wasn't even supposed to be there. He wasn't. He was supposed to do something else. He's used to working with lava. And they just, we
Or
need
they
help.
just
She's giving birth. Help us out. It's
they
like,
pulled
okay, I guess I'm here. I don't know how
So-
I died.
they pulled him in because he had just gotten cleaned and they need a sterile droid.
Yeah.
You get over here. He's like, what am I? What?
You look like a Dr. Robot.
Is there a
You
doctor in
float
the
in
house?
your-
I've played one on TV before.
I played in the droids theater group that we have.
Good enough.
The
Come
improv.
on, we need you. I think this is what happened. I think
The
this is what
robot-
happened.
The robot doctor is the
Uh,
is it from The Simpsons, the other doctor who's kind of dumb.
The doctor
What's his
from Family Guy, Zoidberg,
Yeah.
really
No,
be
no,
any
no,
of
no.
those.
I'm talking about because there's Dr. Hibbert, the main doctor, but there's another
That's
guy who's
funny.
like, anyway.
Yeah,
I really
that's
this is now headcanon, and I think you guys should accept it as well, because it will now make Revenge of the Sith so much
Funny.
funnier at the end.
Could you imagine they're like taking Padme to like her tomb or whatever on Naboo or Curzon, wherever that is, and you just have like guys like, hey, did you hear what happened? Like, just have two droids. Did you hear what happens? Like, what? They had a forklift droid try to deliver babies and just like, really? They had Frank do that? It's like, dude, split her in two, literally, just. And of course, they think the baby's died, and it's just like, yeah, just split her in two. There's nothing they could do. It's like, then did you see how he got out of it? He's just like, oh, she's sad. She just wants to die. It's like, talk about a clutch lie.
Nat 20 on deception right there. Yeah, it can't be anything but a success against a Jedi right there. Against Obi-Wan, arguably the best at being able to read people. Can't read a droid.
Well, it's funny because Jedi don't have relationships, so they don't even know what's going on. So they're just like, okay, yeah, I guess. I mean,
it's true.
Sure, we don't know.
Oh my gosh! And the theory, the plot thickens. They have no clue.
And what you guys
Obi-Wan's like, I don't know.
Notice, what you failed to notice is the robot droid doctor in air quotes had a big old stogie sticking out of his mouth
during the birth.
I don't know.
It's like, oh, hold on. Let me wipe my cigar ashes off the baby.
Oh, and this just makes the rest of the Star Wars universe funnier now that we know Luke and Leia didn't have to lose their mom. It was just wrong place, wrong time.
Luke and Leia were essentially delivered by Bender.
Yes! Yes! Absolutely.
I'm back, baby. It's like, oh, you did such a good job delivering. You know it, baby.
You know it, baby. Those two kids are out there somewhere. Oh my gosh. This is headcanon. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna tell this to everybody I know. They're gonna be like, she just died of sadness. No, she didn't. It was an inside job or it was a comedy. It's one of the two. What do you mean?
No, what we
all the thing is, for years, we have all been trusting in that droid. Everybody, nobody. This has not been said until now that we have said this. I've never heard anybody be like, "It's just died of sadness," and then we all blame George Lucas. What if it's the droid? No, it's the droid.
What if it was Jar Jar Binks who programmed the droid?
Which sounds
Jar Jar
legitimate.
Is a Sith Lord.
He's the big
This is
bad.
dope.
No, you know, it'd be even funnier is even though the forklift droid became a doctor for a day, ended up becoming a doctor, and so there's just like he's just constantly delivering babies and the moms are dying.
Yeah.
It's like he delivers the babies very well, but the moms just always seem to die of sadness. Like
They just keep dying of sad. They're so sad. Oh my gosh! All right, let's end it. Let's be done.
All right.
Oh gosh!
So, if you've lasted this long, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome for the new theory. If you lasted this long.
You're welcome. Please let everybody you know the 3 Nerds Deep fan theory on the medical droid from episode 3 of Star Wars.
I want that side movie. It'd be the best Star Wars comedy ever. Make it canon.
Is Robot Chicken still making stuff?
I don't know,
I think they do a great job with that. We should become writers on that. Anyway.
I want the record to show that I have not had any alcohol or drugs.
None of us. We are all clear of mind.
We are all so
sound
sober
of
right
mind.
Gosh.
Which maybe if they listen to this, they might take away our right to vote.
No, I think this is a good theory, and I think...
Or they will put us in
charge.
Oh, gosh. All right, let it go. Let's go. End it quick.
All right. Yep. Thank you for joining us. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I guess follow is how it is on most of the podcasting platforms.
Just listen to our ramblings.
Yep. Let us know what movie derailed or killed a franchise for you personally, because that'd be super interesting. And just let us know. Please share us with your friends. And with that, we're out.
There's deep.
Because I'm kind of waiting for people to actually put down their video games. It's kind of bothering me. I won't be able to do the pod. Sorry, guys. No pod this week. Adam got ticked because they were playing video games while doing the podcast. Just the pre-pod. Adam quit. He rage quitted.
We just got frustrated waiting
I'm
for
gonna
you
go-
to get
I'm
on. That's
So annoyed.
that's
I'm just
the
going to
problem.
leave and just record another episode for the YouTube channel.